What's up, guys? Marc Augustine here, and in this video, we're going to talk about sniping versus bulk listing. These are two type of eBay dropshipping strategies, the most common in this eBay dropshipping world. Who am I? My name is Marc Augustine. I've been dropshipping on eBay since 2011. I've sold over $20 million. And what we're going to talk about is sniping is a term I've coined years ago, and we could go into what it is and so on and the differences. But Sammy, you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, my name is Sammy. I've been dropshipping on eBay for the last 8 years, and I'm one of the founders of Sniper, right? So I'm just happy to be here.
And Naeem, you want to introduce yourself? I know you're taking notes, but you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Oh, hey guys, this is Noyon. I'm from Bangladesh, and I'm also a dropshipper from Bangladesh, and I work with Sniper. I'm a part of the team, and yeah, that's how it's
So,
going on.
guys, and you guys who are part of Sniper want to join Sniper, Naeem is a big part of the team, interacted with him. So, okay, Sam, the idea for this video came up when we were talking earlier, and you were saying that when you were sniping, what did I say about sniping? The conversation came up because you were saying you were sniping someone back
Right,
in the day, and then
right.
he messaged you on eBay, and then
Yeah.
you talked about how you felt when someone sniped you.
Yeah, I remember like when I first started dropshipping, all I did was sniping. Because I watched the videos, that's all I knew. And then I was getting sales, and then the moment someone did that to me, that was the first time I felt some type of way. What I did after that was I went into his store and sniped everything from his account. And then that dude was so enraged. He sent me a message. He's like, take it down. This is proprietary, like there's copyright. Those are my, because I even took his picture,
Right, right,
his
right. I mean,
Canva edited picture.
that's what I was telling everyone to do. You're gonna take the exact. So what sniping is, you're going to an eBay dropshipper store and you're
Right,
basically taking all their top selling items and selling it for less money. So as we
right,
say, you're systematically giving someone else a bad day, and you're making money from it, but you're systematically screwing up other people's eBay dropshipping businesses.
Yeah,
right,
And that's something that I don't think we ever explained it like that. But if you think about it, someone is listing and has sales, and you just come and beat their price. You may not take all their sales because their listings would rank, but you are going to take a lot of it. Over time, you affect their store.
right. So when you're sniping, you cannot really make the business that passive because next month you might get a strong fluctuation because somebody's out there just, copying your
If
item.
you're sniping all the time. Sniping is if you're willing to sit down and put in 4 to 6 hours a day just sniping. I would say 4 hours every single day, Monday to Friday. You're not going to stop. It's never going to get any slower. To maintain a sniping account, the bottom line is you're going to have to do this all day, every day, forever. I think,
I think you're right, right? I just want to comment on that. It's just, the
mm,
results are so like that outstanding, right? Sniping,
right,
like I'm not gonna lie to you, amongst all the methods, right? Today, sniping, in my opinion, you could probably get one eBay account to like 10,000 a month in profit. Very possible. However, there's very strict conditions. Like number
right,
one, with sniping, you have to understand that the margins are low, 10, 20%. Like
right,
from 0 to 20. So that means you're
right,
gonna
right.
have you to make 10,000 a month, right, with a 10% margin, right,
You're
you need
selling $100,000.
$100,000. Exactly. Or even maybe 80,000 and you have like a 15% margin, right?
Right.
So that means that anybody who has a brand new account, forget about it. Or you're gonna get suspended getting anywhere near that revenue level, right?
Right.
So you should be sniping. And then on top of that, if you're gonna snipe to make 10,000 a month, you'd have to have a strong back end, right? Order
Right. So you
processing.
have to have multiple Amazon accounts to make sure that they don't go down. Because the
Exactly.
amount of orders you're going to be doing 20 to 50 orders a day.
Oh no, come on, dude. You do 100 easily. Like,
Yeah, if you're listing cheap items, I wouldn't. I always when I'm sniping, I stick to like $80, $300 items, maybe $1,000 items. I try not to
ah,
snipe a ton of small items.
that is so interesting. The only problem I have with that is there's not a lot of demand on those higher
You
priced
get
items.
much less items. That's why I say when I was sniping, I'm putting in hours because my
Ah,
requirements are high. and you get much less items. You understand what I'm saying? I was
I
putting in the
I
work.
dude, now I get what you're saying. All these years, I
Yeah.
didn't get that. That you focus on the high-end items when
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
sniping.
yeah.
Now I understand why people made like 4,000, makes total sense. Because I remember your videos, you told me you had like 100 items up, and I was just thinking like, what is this guy talking about? Like how you
Yeah,
get
I found a screenshot recently with like 390 items and like $90,000 in a month in sales from
makes
back then,
makes total sense. Like you
right?
focus on the higher margin items,
And they
right?
hire value items. But right, so the purpose is comparing sniping to bulk theory and bulk listing. And you were saying it's a nicer way.
Right. I think that bulk listing is, like when you start sniping, you get put into the loop of all the other job shippers as well. So now you
Right.
expose yourself into that
Because you have
list.
all the same time. And I want to explain what that means. When you're sniping, you end up with all the same titles, a lot of times all the same images of all the other drop shippers. So when you're sniping, you would find items, take it from one seller, you'll find other sellers, take and come into this web of all the drop shippers.
Right.
So you're target to all the other people sniping as well.
Right. I think sniping heavily demands like the reason you get the sale is not about the algorithm, it's because you're finding in-demand items or even better word, you're finding a saturated item, right? And you're undercutting it. Because the
Right. You find people that are buying the item all day.
right. So the whole, like, I think people misconstrue the definition of saturation. The reason sniping works is because it's a saturated market. Saturation's that definition means that there's a well-defined price for a given product with a given
Right.
demand. And that is the condition that makes sniping work, right? If there was
Can
no
you make a tool that could snipe?
Yeah, for sure. Especially today, but I think it's already so easy to do it. You know what I mean?
Nah, I think the time it takes for people to snipe, although it's easy to do, people wouldn't if they had a piece of automation, they would do it more because few people would put in the time to consistently snipe. Because you
It's
have
a
to do it all
it's a
the time.
it's actually a great idea because you don't want to like list 10,000 items with Snipe. You're gonna get 100,000 revenue easily, and
And
like
then
it's a
you'll blow
spender.
up.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It might be valuable to have a tool to mix that, to
yeah,
do
it's a great idea. That's actually great just to kind of control the momentum on your account.
right.
It's actually a
Those
great
guys
idea.
watching this video, comment on a sniping tool if you think having a sniping tool would be good. But what do
Yeah,
you think? And you said about bulk theory. So you're saying that bulk theory, what's the difference? You get higher margins.
right.
It's a much safer way to build the account.
The
You're
main
not as much of a target.
Yeah, the main thing with bulk listing, with the way that we do it, is we're not basing the sales off of demand on eBay, but we're using the algorithm. It's an algorithmic version of dropshipping on eBay, meaning that we're listed a ton of items, they're going to the top of search, and while they're at the top of search, they have a chance to sell, right? And
And
that
you use some data as in number of items sold in a specific category with a specific item, but then you use the AI to try to get to the top of search with a completely different title
right.
and
But
higher margins.
the main lever that we're pulling when we're bulk listing, right? If I had to boil it down to one lever, it would be an algorithmic way of drop shipping. And then if I had the lever for sniping would be a demand. Like we're using data to get what I mean.
Okay,
So
right.
so sniping is a data-driven way of drop shipping, and then bulk listing is an algorithmic way of drop shipping. Right? We're working with the
Right.
algorithm.
So what I would challenge you for us to continue this conversation, not maybe right now, it could take months, but to continue the conversation to see what could be done to to automate sniping a bit. We
I
don't want to
think
blow up accounts
yeah,
because you don't want people to get $100,000 in sales right away.
I think it's totally possible to make. I think the most important thing for me, the users were like lobbying for that feature.
But we encourage the users to snipe, and and a lot of users have slower sales. So it could fill a need if you could just generate sales quickly, if you understand what I'm saying.
I get it, but we're doing something almost similar by like imagine just listing 1,000 items with a 40% markup. Give you crazy
Right.
results.
No, but it's still as opposed to 20 items that are sniped.
Ah, yeah. That's
I'm
true.
not saying 1,000. I'm not saying anything crazy.
That's
I'm
true.
saying these small to push the sales up. That's it. To increase the sell-through rate a bit.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Right now we have two other projects before that, and I
Right.
think that could be like amongst the next one.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. So let's see how long it takes, guys. If you have any interest in a sniping tool, let us know in the comment section. If you want have any more questions about the difference between bulk theory and sniping, I think we talked about a lot of personal experience with both sniping and bulk theory, so you guys will have a more in-depth idea. If you guys have your own experience with your own strategy, reach out to us and let us know, and we'll have that conversation. You want to say anything before we go, Sammy?
No, I think just happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me, huh?
All right, guys. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, look in the description for all the free resources that we have for you, and comment and let us know how else we can help you with your eBay dropshipping journey.
Alright.